A whooping 256 gigs of internal storage, 8 gigs of RAM, Hello G95, 5000 mAh battery, 64 ultra clear quad camera, pro grade video camera, 48 megapixel ultra clear selfie camera, 6.8 dot inch, 90 Hz refresh rate. All this for just 125,000 nairas. This is the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. In an earlier video, my last Tecno Camon 17 video, I told you guys that I'm expecting a Tecno Camon 17 Pro or Premier to surface anytime soon. It did show up, and it is the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. This device is fast. This device is arguably the best Tecno Camon device yet, but not without major compromises, which is what I'm always here to tell you guys. That's my work on this channel, right? Compared to its predecessor, the Tecno Camon 16 Premier, the Camon 17 Pro comes with a few upgrades when it comes to memory allocations, which improve the device performance significantly, and that is basically where all the upgrades starts and maybe end. The Tecno Camon lineup is one of the prominent Tecno smartphones, and the latest addition to the series is the Tecno Camon 17 series, with the Camon 17 Pro as the flag bearer. What's up guys, it's Victor here again. This is my unboxing and quick review of the brand new Tecno Camon 17 Pro. A quick reminder, I have timestamps in the description. Please use them to various sections of this video where you want to be informed, because this video will be a slightly longer video than what I usually make on this channel. I have quite a lot to say about this new device from Tecno. Also subscribe and ring the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video like this one. The Camon 17 Pro comes in the same box design as the Camon 17, which I have unboxed and reviewed here on the channel. I'll leave the link up in the iCard section. The 3D pattern on the Camon 17 Pro's box is slightly different from that of the Camon 17. Opening the box, we are welcomed by the man of the house, the phone itself. Next, we have a 12+1 month warranty card. Next, we have a TPU case that is soft and light. Up next is a small pack holding the SIM card ejection pin and housing a USB-C cable. Thank goodness. The cable looks good and has an orange accent to it, and I wonder why Tecno opted for an orange color. Tecno is supposed to be blue, right? There's also an earpiece inside that small box, which I will be testing in this video too. Probing further into the box, we have a 25 watts power brick, which is a downgrade from the 33 watts on the Camon 16 Premier, and it's considerably larger and taller than the 18 watts charger brick that came with the vanilla Camon 17. And that is pretty everything that escorted the Tecno Camon 17 Pro in the box. Overall, this is the exact accessory package that we saw on the Tecno Camon 17, and this is hardly a complaint. On the contrary, there is a lot of added value here. Meanwhile, out of the box, we have a Tecno earbud here. This is Tecno Buds 1. It surprisingly sounds fantastic, really good sound production. If you get this Camon 17 Pro device from any authorized Tecno seller, you also get this Tecno Buds 1, which is a good deal and offers amazing value. The sound is really good. There is a 40 mAh battery in the box that can play music for 4 hours. The case also gives you an extra 30 mAh and 12 hours of music playback. My only complaint is the fit. It tends to fall off after a while. Maybe it's because it has a glossy finish. But the sound is fantastic. I wasn't expecting it to be this good. It is surprisingly good for this class of earbuds and at this price point. Do you want to see a full review of the Tecno Buds 1? Do let me know in the comment section if you want to see a full-fledged review on this guy. The exterior design of the new Tecno Camon 17 Pro has little but definitely significant improvements from its predecessor, the Camon 16 Premier. The phone is made of a plastic body that mimics frosted glass quite well. The back panel has a soft color, shifting from metallic blue to soft silver gradients, depending on how light hits it. Thanks to the clever use of layering, it also conveys a sense of depth. This color is called Ice Silver, which is a much better and clever name for a beautiful device like this, and it is better than Heart of Ocean. You can also get the Camon 17 Pro in Malibu blue color. Honestly, right now, I have nothing against polycarbonate and plastic phones. Not after watching Valor reviews maltreat his phones and they still survive just because they are made of sturdy polycarbonate back and frame. The phone is light and doesn't weigh you down, even with the massive 5000 mAh battery packed inside. It is a large phone and obviously a hassle to wield one-handed. However, the rounded and curved edges make things a lot easier. It's also good to the touch and tries its best to hide finger smudges. When it comes to screen size, the Tecno Camon 17 Pro sits boldly with a 6.8-inch surface featuring a center punch hole and a screen resolution of 1080 by 2460 pixels. At the back of this device, the camera module sits on a vertical mount housing 4 cameras and a quad LED flashlight. Moving to the edges, you would notice the volume keys and power button on your right. The power button also serves as the fingerprint sensor. There is a dual SIM and memory card tray with support for dual 4G SIMs on your left. And at the top, a 3.5mm headphone jack, a microphone, USB-C port, and a speaker grill. There is an unexpected thing at the top edge of the device, a secondary microphone, guys. And if I'm not mistaken, this is the first Tecno Camon device to come with a secondary microphone. This is fantastic because it will improve the mic production of this phone. We'll see how that goes in a mic test later in this video. Alright, let's talk about the display. The Tecno Camon 17 Pro features a 6.8 inches Full HD 90Hz panel. Watching content on this massive viewport is immersive and the center punch hole doesn't get in your way. It's an LCD panel, so you don't get deep blacks and all the goodness that comes with an AMOLED panel. But the colors are vibrant and punchy, no pixel over sharpening like what we get on cheaper models. Talking about colors, just like the Camon 17, the Camon 17 Pro only has one color mode, with a total lack of control over color reproduction. It's a bit weird seeing how even the cheapest smartphones nowadays tries to offer some level of customization and control to the user. The Camon 17 Pro gets bright enough to be used outdoors. Also, with the 90Hz screen, just scrolling your device is a joy giver. Out of the box, the phone is set to 90Hz and there's an option to set it to auto switch refresh rate. This is particularly useful to conserve battery life. It worked as expected. Apps ran in sync with a high refresh rate. The side-mounted fingerprint sensor on the Camon 17 Pro is fast and furious. As you can see, I barely removed my hands before the device is unlocked. Also, the face unlocking system is also fast and works most of the time. Powering the Tecno Camon 17 Pro is the MediaTek Helio G95, which is a 12nm CPU with 8 cores, along with a whopping 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of internal storage. Now, this is a major upgrade from the chip used on the Tecno Camon 16 Premier with Helio G90T. And with this new chip, which comes with a double-sized ROM compared to the previous Camon 16 Premier, it will increase the phone's performance capabilities significantly, making functionality better and user handling easier. This phone is fast. I never really waited for anything to load on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. System navigation and multitasking were a breeze. Playing Call of Duty here is a smooth ride, even at max settings, and the phone doesn't get damn hot. The G95 chip opens the door for 4K video recording, pixel-based processes, connecting to 2 Wi-Fi bands or routers simultaneously, deferring calls while in-game without the connection dropping for a moment, premium picture quality with better contrast, texture sharpness and fine details, and allows for up to a 64-megapixel camera, which is exactly what we have here. For connectivity, the Camon 16 Premier gets to enjoy Wi-Fi, AC, Bluetooth 5.0 and an FM radio receiver. GPS is also on board. All obligatory sensors are covered too: G-sensor, E-compass, luminance sensor, proximity and a gyroscope. The battery for this new device is sufficient. It has a 5000 mAh rating, which is an upgrade from its predecessor. The battery is also non-removable, and the Camon 17 Pro has a 25 watts fast charge function, which is a very convenient thing and a downgrade lower than the 33 watts on the 16 Premier. Getting the device up and running from 0 to 100% took roughly from an hour 30 minutes to 2 hours. Let's talk about the software of this device, which is Android 11 and iOS 7.6. The Tecno Camon 17 Pro runs on iOS 7.6, which is Tecno's custom UI based on Android 11 with a security patch level of 3rd May 2021. You still get a sufficient amount of bloat and unwanted apps as other models in the iOS family, which you can choose to ignore or disable if it really gets in your way. Ultimately, you can download the third-party launcher to control the look and feel of your new Camon 17 Pro. It comes chock full of extra features which you may or may not appreciate. iOS packs a lot of useful features like a peek mode for preventing prying eyes from peeking when you are using your phone by dimming areas of your screen. There is a theft alert feature here that sets off an alarm once your phone is unplugged from the charger. You can also control music playback, answer or defer phone calls, and open apps using gestures. You can also record WhatsApp calls, save WhatsApp statuses. The features are nearly endless. There are a handful of other nifty features that makes iOS enjoyable and very useful. I have a video showing about 20 features of iOS 7.6 on the Tecno Camon 17 and Tecno Camon 17 Pro, and I'll leave the link to that video somewhere here or in the description box below. On the other hand, ads can be seen quite often, so much so that you are continually bombarded with advertisements from the moment you turn on your phone. The notification bar seems to fill up with persistent alerts and advertisements just as quickly as you get the phone out of the box. Now to the area which we've all been waiting for and which we are more interested in, the cameras. There is a quad camera setup on the back housed by a tall vertical array stage that consists of a 64 megapixel main sensor with electronic image stabilization, an 8 megapixel ultra wide lens, a 2 megapixel bokeh camera, and a 2 megapixel monochrome camera, which is the most mysterious out of the bunch. To give credit where credit is due, Tecno has obviously done a fabulous job of thoroughly explaining its cameras. They say the Camon 17 Pro takes the clearest selfie in the world. That's what they say. But be the judge. The camera app is packed with a lot of features. It intelligently detects the scene and optimizes the settings for that shot. Inside the camera settings, you can turn on eye focus, watermark, and portrait enhancer. The apps give you options to take close-up 2x zoom pictures or normal pictures or wide-angle pictures, which I found very useful and interesting. The video mode allows you access to turn on beauty mode, video bokeh, which actually works, but the maxing isn't done well. You can also turn on the electronic image stabilization, and you can choose resolution up to 4K at 30 frames per second. But at 4K, you can't use electronic stabilization. You'd have to step down to Full HD or 1080p. These are pictures taken on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. Please be the judge. AI pictures came out clear, dynamic range is also good. The color reproduction of the main lens and wide angle lens is quite different. There is no telephoto lens here, so the camera digitally zooms in to 2x shots, which means some details will be lost. The skin color production has some sort of red tint to it, especially when under sunlight. The portrait mode pictures are good, beauty mode and super night mode is also available. On the selfie side, pictures came out clear. Again, I get that red tint on skin color when under sunlight. You have an option to make the video stable, but when you do turn it on, you get a cropped in shot. That's because the Camon 17 Pro has electronic image stabilization and not optical image stabilization. The videos came out very sharp and dynamic range wasn't bad. There's also a slow-mo mode here that when turned on produces a 720p slow video. This is a sample of the selfie video and also a microphone test.
What's up guys? So I'm currently filming the Camon 17 Pro, and this is what it looks like indoors with, of course, artificial proper lighting. What do you think about the audio, the microphone?
There are two speakers on the Tecno Camon 17 Pro. That means you get stereo audio. The main speaker is seated at the bottom edge, while the second speaker is the earpiece. The phone has a toggle labeled as Dirac sound inside the settings menu. When turned on, I believe it enhances the audio production. The Tecno Camon 17 Pro also came with this earpiece which I used. It's much better than other Tecno earpieces I've tried in the past. The sound is clear, mids and highs are crisp, but it lacks depth and bass. The Camon 17 Pro, like the Camon 16, proved to be an interesting unit in certain cases. The two are very similar. It has a unique strong value proposition as well as a unique interface that is customized to the needs of everyday people. In the end, the Camon 17 Pro offers a sturdy plastic build and eye-catching design, a snappy fingerprint reader, 3.5mm headphone jack, 2 SIM slots, and a microSD card. Blazing fast and optimal performance from the MediaTek Hello G95 chipset. Excellent battery life even in 90Hz mode. Top-notch electronic image stabilization for every camera. Great vlogging experience thanks to the surprisingly sharp video capture from the selfie cameras at up to 4K. On the flip side, you also get huge amount of preloaded apps, generating a lot of notifications that ruins the out-of-box user experience. You also get a somewhat unimpressive camera performance sometimes, especially in low light, and you also get a pervasive red tint on skin tones. Honestly, there is no much to complain or rant about this device. The Tecno Camon 17 Pro is a fantastic device for the price which it's being offered. Subscribe if you're not, don't forget to ring the bell icon to be notified when I post a new video like this. Leave a comment in the comment section below, like and share this video to help me grow this channel. For God's sake, thank you for watching this one guys, and I will see you when I see you in the next one. Baraka di Salah.